Recording is on. And today is the first. Today is the first. Am I echoing? So today is the 1st August 2021. And we are at our Sunday Fun Aging call. And what's the topic today, guys?
Allowance.
Good student. Alert person. Present person. Conscious being. Yes, the topic is allowance. What the fuck is allowance? So
Uh, can I say something?
yes, please go ahead.
I just woke up. I didn't wash my face even, have not even brushed my teeth, and I'm here on the call on a video. I think that's the biggest example of allowance for myself I can give you.
But you're looking beautiful. You're not looking like you're not ready. How does
So
it get?
that's yeah. So
It's
that is
just a
what allowance
choice.
is.
It's just a
Yes.
choice, and that's what allowance is. When you are within you, you show up as you. When there is a traffic jam here, then you show up like that. So thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for being that space for me. Thank you.
Lovely, lovely.
Good
Anybody else?
morning, Auntie.
Good morning, darling. How are you?
मैं बहुत अच्छी मैं भी आई एम जस्ट गेटिंग अप एंड आई न्यू कि 8 बजे आज आपका प्रोग्राम है आई हैव टू क्विकली गेट अप एंड जॉइन
Okay. Cool.
मॉर्निंग कवल।
Good morning, Mamta. How are
मेरे
you?
को आईपैड से अंदर ले लो तो पता नहीं उसमें से चल ही नहीं रहा है।
हाँ बोलो
कौन सी?
आता है तुम क्लिक ऑन
3
इट.
टाइम्स 3 टाइम में जाके वापस आ रही हूँ। अब मैं फोन से आ गई हूँ।
Okay, so all the DJCCs and all the PES juniors that we function from, about what the today's call is going to be, what is this woman going to say, and what is allowance, and all the blocks and all the points of view that come up. Would you be willing to let them go only for this 1 hour? You can pick them up on your way back. Everything doesn't allow that. Destroy and get it all right, wrong, good, bad, POC, POD, online, short, boys, and beyond. So, what is allowance? If you're choosing to live from allowance, then you know it. Like you know it. This is what you want to do. This is what you don't want to do. Like Angela said, I got up. I don't care if I haven't brushed my teeth and if I haven't had a bath. I am choosing this.
इनर नोइंग।
No, you're knowing. You know it.
या माय
Yeah,
इनर
you can
नोइंग।
say inner knowing, but inner knowing usually we come up with, okay, fine, inner knowing.
फ्रीडम।
स्पेस
Yeah,
फ्रीडम।
where,
No
yes.
fighting.
Sorry,
No fighting.
one at a time. Yes, what did you say, Angela?
No fighting with the self or with what is happening around.
Yeah, because there's no right and no wrong.
गिविंग योरसेल्फ अ स्पेस
Always choosing you. Nothing is
me
judged.
time yes me time
Do you have to give yourself a me time? Or every time is your time?
every time is my time
So if you say me time, then you have to judge which is me time, which is not me time. Oh, I don't like this. Oh, I do. So every time, whatever you do is you being you and is your time. If you're willing to live from the space of being you, then everything is just a choice. You choose. It's not wrong if you did not choose to be here. It's not wrong. It's not right. It just is. It's just the choice that you made. Everything is a choice. If you are living from the space of being you, everything is a choice. You get to have a life you really want to have. Not, oh, I should be doing this, I shouldn't be. There's no shoulds and coulds and woulds in that. There's just a choice. And every choice available to you, which you choose, can be a gift. And they're going to create whatever you are looking for, whatever you are desiring for in your life, whatever you are asking for. And you can be anything, anywhere, anytime, anybody. You haven't defined yourself as मैं तो ऐसी ही हूं, मैं तो ये नहीं करती. To be able to choose anything, anytime, anywhere that lightens up your world. There is no judgment. It's just a choice. Like Mamta said, it's about being willing to be and do what you know deep down, and be in allowance of that. Oh, I want to do this, but I can't because this should not. That doesn't come when you're working from allowance. Allowance is the joy of being. Willing to pull it into your life, whatever you desire. Is it resonating with you?
Totally.
Cool. So, any questions?
I can go, Kavan.
Sorry?
I can go. I mean, I can ask.
Oh, go ahead.
पहला मैं बूथी बखावा 1 मिनट रुकियो तुसी
I know.
before you say anything.
You know you can't talk unless you show your face.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm still actually very angry right now. I just got home. Literally, I just got home 2 seconds before the call. I was out with a friend of mine for dinner who I haven't seen in a long time. And right off the bat, he was like, "Oh, restaurant mein bahut noise hai." I mean, yes, it was because it's a busy restaurant. I was just focused on us. And every 2 seconds, he's like, "Mujhe sunai nahi de raha, mujhe sunai nahi de raha." Aur main chillana, I started fucking screaming because I was getting irritated. Like, why are you so concerned about everything else? So I started screaming, and I'm sure people could hear. Then 5 minutes later, he starts complaining about something else. Then 5 minutes later, and it goes on and on. And I was like, I'm gonna go crazy. So I said, and I'm asking myself questions like what else? What can I do here? Like how do I calm myself down? Because I was just getting very pissed off. Then he started talking about access. That's when I think I lost it. He's like, well, I hope you get your money back, what you invested in it, blah, blah, blah. And I said, you know what? That's an interesting perspective you have. I know what money I have invested and I know what I've gotten out of it and whatnot. And he wouldn't stop, and he kept on bashing Access. But well, you should know what you're getting into, blah blah. And my blood just like I was about to punch him out. Literally, I got so angry, and I didn't know what to ask myself anymore because I was like, "Tera gala ghot dungi main abhi to kuch bhi chal raha hai, just stop talking," you know. And I'm still very angry, you know. Like, what could I have done to just? Because I did not like. I was gonna go somewhere else with him after dinner, and I said, I can't deal with you. And like, I cannot deal with you anymore. I'm done. What could I have done? A lot. Like, what
So
could I
if
have
you
been
had
allowed?
if you haven't had a student like that in your class, what would you have done?
Hmm. I mean, I guess I go one into reaction.
Would you have told him or her to pack up and leave the class?
I mean, no. No, all I kept on saying was, you know, I said I can only be the invitation. I'm not asking you to even talk about that. You brought it up. I said I can only be the invitation. You know, if you don't wish to, you know,
So all the time you were pissed off and you were justifying. Would
yeah.
you?
And I just kept on saying, I can only be the invitation, blah, blah, blah. Then he's like, oh, people go on Google and they can see Access is a scam and they can do this and they can do that. How are you going to sell your
All
classes?
right,
And I was
we're
like,
going into the story. I'm just asking you if you were truly willing to be in allowance, what could you have chosen? I'm not saying you chose wrong. You can be in allowance of what you did at that time, and okay, you
right.
lashed him out, and whatever you did, that's fine. But
Yeah.
if you had a student who was lashing at you, what would you have chosen?
I would have asked them questions back if they were in my class. Because
So,
why are they in my class in
so
the
you
first
are
place?
only a
Right?
are you only a facilitator in your class?
No,
Or you are a facilitator? Period.
I am a facilitator, period. Yes, and I resisted and reacted, and every 2 seconds I got angrier
Oh,
and
interesting
angrier and
point of view.
angrier.
You could have had fun. Oh my
How could I
God.
have had fun? How
Yeah,
could I
you
have had
did
fun?
not allow yourself to have fun. You did not allow to see how people function.
Can you give me an example of what you would have said when he was like bashing, oh, this is a scam, this is a blah, blah, blah. Like, how would you have had fun with it? Like, can you give me an example?
Interesting. Oh my God, that's how you think? Awesome. I never thought of it like that. You've given me a question to think about. That's what he wanted to hear. And you could have had a gala time. He could have taken you out. You would have made him spend the money on you and had a nice time.
He spent money on me. He got me a really nice gift. But the funniest thing is, as we were about to leave, he took half of his gift back. Oh my God, that's like,
You even stopped your receiving
he's like,
just
can I have
because you
some
wanted
gift?
to be right.
I was like, take the whole gift. He's like, no, I'll take half of it back. He took half of it back. I was like,
So all the people who do not agree with you, you will cut them off from your life.
no,
The receiving from anybody who matches their energy. Is that working for you?
no. So I had to give half my gift back.
So what could you create if you were willing to always do it to create a question? Would it create a new possibility? Would it have created a new possibility?
Yes.
Not to do what's right, to do what will get people to approve of you, validate you, to have fun with you, to gift you. Or you can, somebody just wrote here, you can either be right or happy. We have a tool in Access. You're right, I'm wrong. You don't have to say I'm wrong You can say where you can say, get the energy of it. Only you said, if one word you'd said, oh yeah, you're right. I never thought of that. That's an interesting point of view. And you could have had much fun. And you're still boiling. There is no validation required in allowance, girls. If you don't require any validation from anybody to prove you have value, what you're doing has value, you just be you, fucking be you, and create a different possibility. You just stopped all possibilities with that man.
Yeah, because I got defensive and I was like, well, I'm not stupid to like spend all this money. Obviously, you know, it's worth
You're
for
not
me, blah, blah, blah.
stupid. You're
But
not
I'll be
stupid.
like-
You're not stupid. Sorry.
And then it got to a point. I was like, stop. I was like, stop talking. Like, let's get our check and go. Like, I got so
Everybody
angry.
having fun at her expense here? How much fun can we have at people's expense?
A lot.
Everything doesn't
lot.
allow that. Would you be willing to destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, POD, all night, short boys and beyond. Let's include jazz also in having fun.
Okay, Kanwal, can I ask you about that? At that moment, जैसे कि जैस को awareness नहीं आया और आया था लेकिन late से आया. At that moment, we sometimes didn't have a question in our mind, you know, to that extent. So how to react or how to
It's a
make that-
practice. It is a practice, my love.
Okay.
As you keep choosing you keep asking for, oh my God, I was phenomenal today. Can I have more of that, please? And I don't want Jazz to go into the wrongness of it. She had fun in a different way. Sometimes you have fun being a victim. Sometimes you have fun lashing out on people. No right, no wrong. But what I am getting is that somehow she could have received more, which she stopped. And now she's aware the next time will be much better. And then the next time would be even greater. And then she will learn how to receive. Our problem is we don't know how to receive.
Yeah, that thing also happened to me, but in a different way. And then,
Yeah.
but I told that person, thank you for not acknowledging what you have done. You know, I just said thank you. And then at night while I was sleeping, after saying thank you, I was crying in tears. You know, I was crying in tears, whether I'm wrong or she is right, or, you know, that question came out. You are right, I'm wrong. You are right, I'm wrong. You know that, and my tears rolled down from my eyes to that
And
extent.
then what happened? Once you cried and once you asked, you are right, I'm wrong. And then what happened? Did you get a
Then
good night?
Yes, I slept.
So it worked. So it worked. You have to cry yourself to sleep. What if you just said, oh my God, Usha, relax, slumber and sleep. And in next moment, Usha was sleeping. Be in allowance even if when you have a bad hair day, when you're annoyed with people. Do it from allowance of, well, what else can I create here now? This didn't work. Now what?
Auntie,
Yes.
there is a lady who lives next door, and she comes in the afternoon, right at that time when we are planning to rest for a while. and she has nothing to talk actually, but she just comes in, knocks the door, and then she starts talking about and complaining about the maid, because every
Okay,
day
okay. So what do you want? Let's not go into the story. We've all got the energy. So
what we want.
what's your question?
But my question is, that's the time we don't want her to entertain.
So say it. Say it, Auntie.
So what to tell her? How to tell her?
What would you like to tell her? What would you like to tell her? What's going in your head?
That she should not come in anytime, anytime she comes, when you are having your lunch, dinner, or in the morning, anytime she comes, complains about the maid and sits.
Okay, now what do you want? You're just telling me the story again. What would you want to do here?
What we want, that she should not frequent our house so much, because
So
there is nothing.
say it. Do you have the guts to say it? Are you in allowance
No.
of you?
What I
How
do,
can you sweetly say it? How can you manipulate your way through?
I just get up and I go. But then my daughter has to sit with her and entertain her. I go because I don't want to talk to her.
That's your daughter's choice. She's choosing to be there.
So
What's
should
wrong
tell her?
in that?
No, but she complains then. Once she sits with her and then she gets very angry.
So tell her no complaining to me. If you don't want to sit there, tell auntie not to be here because I have my study time. I have my sleep time. Guys, have guts to be choose you. Stop being people pleasers.
I'll try telling her.
There was one video somebody put on the fun aging group. Listen to that. That's so amazing. That's what you have been doing. Stop being the perfect person. Stop being the perfect neighbor. Stop listening to people's shit. And you have different ways of saying it. You can't just say, okay, Ani, don't come. I don't want you. You have million other ways of doing it.
Yeah.
How can you do it with total ease and fun?
So this is what I want to know.
Because you are so good, both of you are so good at listening to people and pleasing people, then people come to you.
And they share their sorrows and whatever is going on in their house all the time.
Because you're willing to listen. Because you are an easy prey.
So
it's your choice. It's not that person. It's you who's choosing it. You who's choosing to be a good neighbor. You who's choosing listening to her. It's
अब
got
कैसे
nothing.
उसको बोले कि अपने घर वापस जाओ, हर टाइम मत आओ, डिनर कर रही है, थोड़ी देर बाद आ जाओ.
If this is the way it works, then you use this. Which is the way can you say? Can you manipulate? Manipulation is not a wrong word, guys. Can you manipulate yourself through?
So we will have to, we'll find out some way.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Which is that way? Can anybody help her with that? What would you have done?
Say, thank you for coming. Can you just come later? You know, like right now everyone is busy, so we will not be able to entertain you. Thank you. Just say like that, sweetly.
That feels light.
You can say.
If that feels light, say it like that. Anybody else can give her?
Some suggestion.
Anybody else would be willing to share that?
Because she's younger, so I get up and I walk out because I have my things to do. I have more of a lunch time than my daughter.
Then it's Simran's problem. Why are you having this problem?
Because she sits with her and then she comes back to me and complains.
You tell her, darling, why don't you complain to her? Is that your entertainment nowadays just because you got a retirement? Find yourself to entertain in a different way, girl.
Sangeeta, if not, you send that vibration energetically to that lady whoever you think, thank you for not coming today.
Okay.
I that came up. Thank you, Usha, you said it. That came up with me, but she is not in Access. She doesn't know those tools. So you can try this, Usha's thing. Just energetically put her in front of you and tell her whatever you want to tell her.
We just feel maybe
उनको
this is
उनको मिरर में बिठा दो, गुस्से से नहीं. Because when if you are sad, you are inviting more things to be sad about. If you are angry, you are inviting more anger into your life. If you are irritated, you are inviting more. How does that happen? Because everything is energy, and the energy that you be, the same energy attracts and comes to you. So if you could want to have fun with this, just sit, put her in the mirror and say, oh, auntie darling, or whatever you darling, we are busy, don't come. And put it in her head, oh, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have bothered you. Oh, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have bothered you. Oh, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have bothered you. Oh, I'll go now, I'll go now. Just say this in her head. Put that in your head. Just by saying when you have her in front of you and you're saying this, let's see how it works.
okay.
But if you keep going into a story again and again, if you both sit and relish that story, otherwise you won't say it. It must be fun. That's why you go on saying it.
No, it's horrible.
Somewhere it's an entertainment. Come on, acknowledge it. If it wasn't
No,
an entertainment, you
it's
wouldn't do
not
it.
at all. It is such a
Sangeeta,
pain.
1 minute,
actually.
Sangeeta. If one time you make a cake, it turns out wrong, would you again make it like that? Or you will ask for another recipe, or you will go and learn how to make it, or you will do something different? Or would you do the same thing?
No, I will find out what was the mistake.
So when you are in this situation, you sit there, both of you, and talk about her. Will that create a different cake? Will that create a different situation? Will that create a joyful ease, joy, glory into your life? No, it will create the same thing. It will create the same cake because you're doing the same thing again and again. Am I making any sense?
Yes, yes.
So please stop the talk and choose a situation. Choose what to do. Usha's given you one, how to say it. Second, talk to her energetically in her head. Oh, Sangeeta, oh, Simran, I'm very sorry. I will not come again. I've taken too much of your time. Thank you very much. From her side to you, put it in her head. And let's see how much magic can you create.
Okay.
This is one of the two energy pull we have in Access.
Okay. Like I repeat these words.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like she's talking to you. Put her in the mirror, and like she's talking to you, tell, oh, I'm so sorry, Sangeeta, I come and trouble you every day. I'm not going to do that now. Thank you very much. Say it 1 or 2 times till your energy is light and nice, till you're having fun and you have a smile on your face, and then leave it.
We will try.
Report back what happens.
ठीक है.
How does it get any better than this? And what else is possible? Yes.
Kawal,
Yes, Jazz.
so what you just said, like, for me, I started getting agitated right from the time I got there. When you said, oh, it's so loud here, I can't hear you. And my voice went from like, my whatever, I got loud. So I started getting irritated right then. And then as the evening progressed, of course, I got angry and agitated and stuff. So right at the moment where I got irritated when I walked in, what could I have done to...
Who does it belong to? First question is, who does it belong to? Every time,
Okay.
for me, is the first question. Every time I am not me and I'm being somebody else, because me is joy and glory, me is fun, me is happy, me is enjoying every moment. And when that is not happening, it's not mine. Who does it belong to? That is my first question, always. And then if it sorts out for me right away, but if it doesn't sort out for you, because there was something within you, otherwise, and normally you're not like that, Jazz. If I know a little
Yeah.
bit of you, you're not like that.
Yeah.
Who shit
Because
were
he's
you?
like, oh, it's so
In
loud.
the restaurant, there might be some people who are arguing, and you are such a psychic.
So I was very happy when I walked in. I was like, just usually I'm like very hyper and happy. And the minute he's like, huh? Sunai nahi deta mujhe, and I was like, wow, like, and it went downhill from there. Literally, the guy became bitchier and bitchier, and I was like, oh, like,
Again,
and
you're
then the
running
waiter
the same energy, girl. You're running the same energy, saying the same energy again and again. Don't expect a different result.
No, and it's the energy. What you said is because when we got to the point where it's like we can't, like we need to get out of here. Guess what? All of a sudden, all the waiters disappeared. I was like, what the heck? They were like every 2 seconds they were checking it, and then now we were like so angry and pissed off. We couldn't find anybody, and I was like, what is this? So it continued long. It continued even longer because
Yeah.
they just disappeared. I was like, wow. So first thing I could have just said immediately when I got agitated with him just complaining is, who does this belong to?
Trust yourself, darling. Trust yourself. You will know the right tool to use. If you are you, you will know it. You become somebody else. You take you away from you. Anything can happen. You can fuck up your day. And so much more. You have a
And now
life
it's like,
bigger. You have a life bigger, more dynamic, more exciting than everybody around you. Because you have the tools and you can use them like magic.
and now it's becoming so humorous to me now that I'm recalling, like, oh my God, why did I get so
How much fun can you have? We had fun at your expense. Thank you.
I could have said that, been like, oh, I didn't think people were gonna read the Google reviews. Oh my God, like
Yeah. You will get it when you get it.
got it. Thank you.
So if you all had allowance for what you truly want or what you truly desire or what will work for you, what would you ask for? Is joy, glory? What would you ask for? Materialistic things?
Please, joy, glory.
Yeah. And how often do we choose ease, joy, glory? We choose the right choice. Either right kya hoga? How many points of view do we have about choosing the right thing? Avoid being wrong. If there was no right and wrong, what would you ask for? Yes, is joy, glory. Shiv Devi.
But I mean, to that, if we are in that mode of not being me, I mean, other people get an opportunity to do something different. Yeah? I mean, we'll mess around and we get more agitated. What I feel like that.
How can anybody, an infinite being, get agitated? Only when you make something more important than you get agitated. Only when you're not being you make somebody else more important, more valuable, you invalidate yourself. Well, it takes a lot of allowance of you, and nobody ever told us to be in allowance of you. It takes a lot of you to be an allowance of you to acknowledge what Jazz just acknowledged. How often do we acknowledge that we lost our temper, we this, we never, even when we did, we justify it. We make the other person wrong. How vulnerable are you? Are you willing to choose that? Are you willing to be the vulnerability you truly be in every circumstances? No, we keep putting scabs on our hurts. Be willing to ask for it, to change it. Question is the possibility, the antidote. You
Well,
see,
ma'am,
the way universe
sorry,
works is what you ask for, you get. What are you asking for?
Why do we ask or create those things which irritate us, which we really
You
don't like it?
You don't ask for that. You're not aware of what you're asking. You choose irritation. You could choose something else. Like Jazz could have chosen to have fun rather than and receive rather than choose irritation. It was a choice. She's striving to be a CF. She's done so many classes. But you cut off your awareness, you are back to square one. You have to choose to be conscious, aware, present in every now moment. That's who you truly are. When you make somebody else important, somebody else more valuable than you invalidate yourself. You validate them. It's a
Kavan,
choice.
ma'am.
Yes.
Sorry, ma'am. Go ahead. I'll join you.
No. I just said it's just a choice that we make.
Very true. Talking about choice, like how in Jazz, sorry, I'm a little unwell, got the vaccinated yesterday. Okay. So just similar to Jazz, I had a recent encounter with one of my neighbors who was pursuing me. I thought just for the heck of fun, chalo, let me go for a walk with him in the campus. Somehow didn't really like his energy, and very politely I said, oh, I got to go. I used manipulation technique and came back home. And he's been crazily calling or messaging, and it's my choice not to indulge in him. I feel I'm being an allowance of myself because somewhere I don't enjoy the company. But on the other hand, I was like, am I losing out on my receiving? But point here is, if I'm not enjoying really the company, does it really, it's a choice. It can be a choice of not to entertain him. Right.
Thank you for saying that. We always do that. That's how we've been functioning from. And always, it's easy to make ourselves wrong than to really acknowledge what we desire. And if it is not ease, joy, glory for you, that is, there's nothing wrong in that. That's choosing.
Awesome.
That's choosing.
Thank you.
At the same time, not letting the other person know, and the other person just calling and you're not either picking up the phone or not saying or making excuses, is also not choosing you.
I actually told him directly, I think was it on Sunday last week? Yes. I said, see, you're a great guy. Find a girlfriend. I don't think I'm sorry, but I'm not interested. And there's no future here. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But go ahead. Find someone with whom you can go out and all of that. But finally, I had to, share it. My time is very precious.
So the second thing is, in our mind, every time we meet a boy, we are already decided what the future is. And that does not allow us to be present now. What if you didn't have that future in your mind, and at this moment somebody is taking you out? Of course, if it's so irritating and you're not yourself, fine. But if a person is okay, if you didn't think of a future, what would you choose now? That would
I just didn't want to.
That would be cutting off yourself. So it's a lot of subtlety clarity there, right? So you have to ask questions
Got
to
it.
get the clarity. So what energy, space, and consciousness can I be to have total clarity and ease in all of this?
I will ask this. Yeah.
You know, if I have an agenda of a future, Abhi, and then I cannot enjoy now, then I have all the judgments in my head. ये ऐसा है, मुझे ऐसे नहीं चाहिए, मुझे ऐसे चाहिए, मुझे वैसे नहीं चाहिए, ये तो fit नहीं कर रहा मेरे पर. Then you have cut off your receiving. You don't actually know
Yeah.
from one way of looking at one person. You actually don't know it's going to work or not work. And even I have seen people living,
You already projected and expected.
meeting each other, courting each other for 9 years and get married, and then they split in 6 months. So it's nothing to do with that. It's to do with your knowing. Oh my God, this person is here. Can I have fun with him today at this moment? I'm not bothered about anything else. If that moment is also very irritating, I'm not choosing it. If that moment is not irritating, then okay, what else is possible? Oh, go for a walk. Okay, what else is possible? Go for coffee. Why not? What else is possible? Oh, but if you have that agenda in your head for the future, you cannot be present.
So
You
true.
cannot have the fun.
Yeah. Let's
You're
have some
in
fun with this guy.
allowance- Sorry.
Let's have some fun with this guy today. I'll let you know how it goes.
Yeah, why not? Ask a question. Will I have fun with him? Will
I'm
it?
getting a no.
Then don't. Go with what you trust,
Yeah.
not with what Kamal is saying. I am just giving you different options. You have to ask a question. Will being with him be fun? No, fine, cut off. Will being
Got it.
with him be fun? Yeah. Will I have a fun time? Will I receive it? It's all yes, yes, yes. Go ahead. Even if it doesn't work for tomorrow. Today it's working. Fine. What else
Yeah.
is possible? How does it get any better than that?
Got it, ma'am. Question. Thank you so much. It was very, yeah. And thank you, Jazz, for the question. That was fun. I kind of related to it. Thank you.
You see, if you are in allowance of it, the positive and negative come at you. It will go around you and you'll still be the rock in the stream.
Not being impacted.
Not be the effect of it.
Thank you,
Right?
ma'am. It was fun listening to you.
You're
Thank you.
welcome. You are welcome for your question. Thank you for your question. Yes, guys, any more questions?
Me. I have another question.
Can we ask all of them? There are about 28 people here. If there's anybody else wanting a question, if they don't want, then you can just
Good morning, Kamal. I want to ask.
Okay.
Yeah, good
Go
morning,
ahead.
everyone. Yeah, Kamal, in my office, after I delegate work, and when I don't get that work, and I know now it's time, I have to do it. Even after delegation.
So
And then
can I stop you? When you give work, do you have at the back of the mind that ye to kar hi nahi sakega, mujhe hi karna hai?
Of course, because
Your point of view creates your reality, Sapna. Your point of view creates your reality. So I would suggest to live from question. Who will be the best person to ask to do this job? The person will pop up in your head. Oh, that one. Will he work? Will he do this job well? What else is possible? And you keep getting lighter when you're asking questions. Go ahead and give it to him. Anyways, it might be light for the first time and not light the next time. Then you ask, what else is possible? How does it get any better than this? We are striving to get clarity as to who will be able to get this work done perfect, the way you want it. There's no perfection. You have total allowance of that person. Even after you get it light, you have total allowance of that person to do it the way he or she does it. and you have no story going in your head. If there is a story going in your head, you pock and pot that. So no, let's see how much fun. What else is possible? That be in question and not go into the story of it. See the magic.
लाइट एनर्जी तो बनानी पड़ेगी ना, अभी तो इतनी हेवी होती है
नहीं, बनानी नहीं पड़ती, आपको पता है, ये हमें किसी ने बताया नहीं कि we know it like we know it. If we trust our knowing, that is what is going to create the magic. We trust our head. We have got past experiences कि बंदा काम ठीक से करेगा ही नहीं. Now that is what you are projecting at that person. He is getting that energy. He will not put his full self in it because he knows that you consider him to be useless and he considers him to be useless too. Your work will never be done. You empower other people, they will show you magic. I have seen it in the kitchen. You empower your maid, she will do anything. You little bit cleaning she does. So, oh, jab se tu aayi, mera to kitchen safa ho gaya. She is ragdoing it because she wants to do even better. Each one of us want to do better. If our boss tells us that you've done it better, we strive to do it more. But if our boss tells us you can't do it, we cannot put in because we are so scared of the validation. Am I right?
Another question, Kamal.
Am I right?
Yeah, very right, very right. I need to
right, really. I don't want to be right, but what did it make any sense?
I agree. I totally agree. Yes. My another question is my self-criticism. I'm now in one of the positions where I keep
Welcome to all of us. Anybody here doesn't have self-criticism?
But इतनी ज़्यादा है कि I now feel so uncomfortable with this thought of criticism that I am not at all good enough.
You are not. Sorry. She is the head of, she is the senior chief architect of Chandigarh. Guys, and she says she's not enough, she's useless. What are we going to tell her? Yes, she is useless. Sapna, you are a gift, darling. You are a gift on the planet. Every morning, look at yourself. I'll give you one tool. Every morning, first thing in the morning, go and stand in front of your mirror. And if naked, that is even better. Stand in front of your mirror and just don't say anything. And everything that runs in your head, keep poking and podding. Sorry, that's not me anymore. Sorry, that's not me anymore. Don't go into the story, maine aise kiya tha to waise kiya tha. No. Any negative thought that contracts you, sorry, out. You just have to do that. Sorry, out. Keep looking yourself into your eyes, into your mirror, and anything that comes up, good, bad, or ugly, even the good, bye-bye, out, out. I am not defined by good, bad, and ugly. I am an infinite being, and I am a gift on the planet. Do this for 1 year. Please do this for 1 year. Your life will change. In Access, we are told there is nothing right, wrong, good, bad, positive, negative. No polarity. Just what is. And you are an infinite being. You have to stop that monkey mind. You have to stop that tape. You have given so much of energy to it that it keeps running and it has now become so powerful that it diminished you. It's your creation.
Can you please repeat it, what to say in front of the mirror?
You can uncreate. Listen to the recording, darling. You can uncreate it. If we have time, Shri Devi, we'll do it, right, darling? You can uncreate it. You are the one who created it. You can uncreate it by just saying bye-bye. Like I always say, if you keep giving plant water, if you keep nurturing it, it's going to grow up to be a tree. And now you want to remove that, you can't. So if for pocking and podding means the point of creation, where you created it. It's like a house of cards that we put one card on the other and we make a house, and एक card नीचे से निकाल देंगे तो house गिर जाएगा. That is what pock and pod does. Pock is point of creation, pod is point of destruction. You created it sometime in these trillions of years when you bought into it that you're not enough. And now you kept perpetrating on you for lifetime after lifetime, and now it's destroying you. So you just pull the card out by saying pock and pod that. Look at yourself in the mirror. Anything that comes up, pock and pod. Shri Devi, just pock and pod. Bye-bye. Just pock and pod.
Pock
Not
is point of creation and
going-
pod is point of destruction.
Not go into any story. This is not anymore. No, I'm not having this anymore. Bye-bye. Be in allowance of the greatness of you, the phenomenons of you, the brilliance of you. I've known you for so long. You're brilliant. Would you please choose to call that? Your point of view creates your reality. If you keep telling yourself again and again you're useless, everything around you is going to be useless, and everybody around you is going to get that energy of you being useless. We are doing a beautiful book called The Lady. I don't know if any of the participants in the class got anything, but every day I am getting what a lady is supposed to be. And it's transforming my reality in every now moment.
Kamal, your time for that reading book that clashes with the time of the office. Can there be another timing? Maybe in the evening or so, later in the evening?
We can ask our group, but our group is doing it from last 2 years now, more than 2 years.
Can we have two class? I mean, maybe another.
Yeah,
Just
if I have more than 5 people for one afternoon or evening class, whichever, I can have that. I can have it for the other book. Yeah, we've done so many books, and then new people, we can start doing the books again. No issue at all. But I have to have minimum 5 people. Because it's nearly a month sometimes for a class, and I just charge 3,000, and it's 15,000 the whole month. It doesn't really work for me, but for 5 people minimum have to be there. Thank you for asking.
Thank you.
So, any more questions of being allowance and total allowance of you, whoever you are at the moment? If you have total allowance of you, you don't get caught up in the negativity or positivity or any of the polarity of this reality. Like I just said to Navneet, that you will just go around it and flow. आपको कोई रोक नहीं सकता, कोई टोक नहीं सकता. You being you is the magic that you are. Only when you go into right and wrong, good and bad, finding faults with you. What if that was not a choice anymore for you people? Never ever go into, one of the person here, Nippy said, and I just hit me. I mean, I knew it, I've known it, but that just hit me and keeps coming back to me, that if there was no choice to be wrong and right, never to go into the wrongness, who would you be? If you never chose to be wrong, who would you be?
The choice to make other person wrong or to make myself wrong was not there.
Both make you wrong and both make the other person. If you're in allowance, so what is? Just what is interesting point of view. Allowance ka adha matlab hai interesting point of view. Everything is an interesting point of view. Because that's not your point of view, that's an interesting point of view. The other person has that point of view. No judgment on it. Oh, that's another way of looking at things. Yes, Reni, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, I just wanted to ask that, I mean, we are talking of allowance. Do we allow guilt? I mean, if we are feeling guilty about something and we know logically कि कोई ज़रूरत नहीं है, फिर भी we continue to feel guilty.
It's just a choice. We have been entrained and ingrained to blame ourselves and blame others. This reality only functions from there. We call all these distractor implants.
Okay.
Blame, anger, rage, fury, hate, blame, shame, regret, guilt, perverted, compulsive, points of views, jealousy, sex, religion, relationship, love, marriage, all these are guilt, doubt, all these are distractor implants. They all distract you from being who you truly be. They take you away, put you in a loop, you keep running those in your head and you lose you. Would an infinite being have all these things? Who the fuck says there is anger and there's rage and there's fury? That is just a choice that we make in every now moment. And it's not wrong, it's not right. If this is the time I need to be angry, I will be. And you don't have to make yourself wrong. That works for you at that moment, choose it. गुस्सा करके सब कुछ ठीक करके हम अपने आप के ऊपर गिल्ट में बैठ जाते हैं. What for? What's the fun in that? At this moment, I need to be angry to get this done. Okay, do it. Have fun doing it. Don't get caught up in the negativity, in the negative, positive point of views, in the guilt, in the doubt.
But if you feel you've hurt somebody, and
Can you hurt somebody? Can somebody hurt you? It's a lie. Nobody can hurt me because I don't allow it.
Yeah, that's, I mean, very interesting topic. I sort of just got into it right now because it's infinite. I mean, everything changes with this perspective. Okay, how would we put love into it? That means
love is another distractor. Love is another distractor implant. Love is total judgment. And love goes out of the window. Somebody is not being aligning and agreeing with your point of view.
Absolutely.
So where is the love? We in Access use gratitude instead of love. If you have gratitude for people around you, that is the energy of love. You will never make them wrong. You will never make yourself wrong if you were grateful for it.
Yeah, but if you feel they are making you wrong, let's say.
Okay, interesting point of view. They have that point of view. If you never make yourself wrong, it will just go. You will not be the effect of them. It will just go around you and fly off. But you receive it. You receive their shit. If somebody gives you a gift, I think I was in school when college, somebody told me, school, I think, if somebody gives you a gift and you don't receive it, whose is it?
Back to the giver.
So where are you receiving it? The time you receive it, you make it your own. Now you have signified it. You've given it importance. You made it valid. Real for you. Now you can live with it for years, for lifetimes after lifetimes, and torture yourself. Will it work for you? Is it working for you? Is it fun for you? Choice. Choice. Nothing else but choice. We want to please people. We want people to say we are perfect. If that thing goes in from your world, you couldn't care less. You will start being yourself. You will start living your life the way you would like to live. And people will then follow you, because they are also wanting that, but their limitations of this reality do not allow. There is somebody who's not mute. Sangeeta, please, can you mute yourself? Thank you. So that is what we are creating.
Yes,
Sangeeta,
Auntie.
you have to mute yourself, darling. You only ask your question, then you open up. Sangeeta, darling. Thank you. Reni, is there anything else?
No, thanks. I'm just thinking I need to come and have a coffee with you and then chit chat relaxedly, get to know a little bit about Access and maybe just get into it. I feel we always have to be ready for whatever we are getting into.
Yeah.
And I'm beginning.
You get it when you get it.
I mean, when the time is right for your mental space or whatever, then you're right there.
So true. So true. You will only choose it then. Thank you. Yes, Sangeeta, what do you want to ask this time actually? Sangeeta?
And this one about the payment that I have asked one of my client 1.8, and then no, I have asked 1.9, but after a month, then I told them my account number, then said no, it's 1.8. So I asked question that what is this? Can you just give that means I would like to receive that 1.9 because I have told that 1.9, but deduction of that amount. So I mean, how to create that amount?
So what have you learned? What would you do next time? This time you can ask, you can put the energy in there. You know that you can do that. You can energetically ask them to give it to you. And if it doesn't happen, then what would you do next time? Would you have it written on the piece of paper? A contract?
Okay, but this is online. I mean to say by phone.
Even online, you can send an email to them to sign it and send you back.
Okay. Yeah.
And now you can put it in her head. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't remember, I have to pay you 1.9. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't remember, I have to pay 1.9. Oh, I'm sorry. Now, Usha, I will pay you 1.9. Try it. Let's see how it works.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Anybody else? Or we say bye-bye.
Happy Sunday, Kawal ma'am, and everyone. Have fun.
Yeah, happy Sunday, guys, and thank you so much for being here. I'm so grateful.
Thank you. And happy Friendship Day to all.
Oh, it's Happy Friendship Day today. All right, Happy Friendship Day, guys. And Rainy, make it fast. Come anytime. Welcome. Bye-bye, guys. Have fun.
Thank you.